Hello and welcome back, my crafty family. This is Anna and thank you for clicking on the video today. So I am going to make a sleeve for the small Dollar Tree boxes that we use for embellishment boxes. It's so hard to glue on the actual box and have things actually stick, and we're limited on a lot of stuff. So I have a lot of these boxes, and I was actually going to sort some beads, and I didn't want to put a label on the plastic because it'll probably come off. So I thought about making a sleeve for it, and then I thought, well, hey, we can use these for swaps as well. And it is so simple. It's almost embarrassing to show you, but I am going to show you what I have made. This is my little sleeve that I put my box into, and I just decorated it for Easter, just because that's the paper that I had out by my cutter. So I made the box and I decorated it. I just used a little straw here, and these are from the border page is what these come off of, and this one as well. And I just put, I cut a happy and Easter, and I put little bunnies, the little heads peeking out. I put some rickrack on the side just to make it really colorful, and my box fits perfectly. I amazed myself with my measurements, and it fits in there just perfectly. I just left a little on the top and just a tiny bit on the bottom. It stays in there really well. I mean, unless it's super heavy, I don't think anything's gonna come out. But I just thought that was really cute. It's so easy to make. It would take you about 3 minutes to construct the actual sleeve. And I left the tab on this box because some of us, we like to hang a ribbon or, a tassel or something. Some of us like to use that. Now, if I were to fill this up and send it off to a crafty friend or something like that, I would leave that on there still and let them decide if they want it on there or not. They can cut it off. So super easy to make. Let me show you what you will need. For this sleeve, you need a piece of 110-pound cardstock. This needs to be cut at 7 1/4 by 12. So 7 1/4. And if you don't want any space at all between your box and your sleeve, you can cut it down to 7 inches instead of 7 1/4. And then, okay, so 7 1/4 by 12, and you need to score it. And I'm going to give you those measurements. We are going to score at 4 7/8, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So I've marked my scoreboard with a pencil. That way I can tell you exactly where is 4 7/8. So on our scoreboard, 4 7/8. And if you have a scoreboard that already has those 8s or quarters on there, you're ahead of the game. So 4 7/8 is the line right before the 5. Okay, so we score right there at 4 7/8, and then we score at 5 3/4. That one's easy. So 5 3/4, and then 10 5/8. So 10 5/8 is the line between 10 1/2 and 10 3/4. So there is the line for 10 5/8. And it has to be the 8s, guys, if we want our sleeve to be snug and actually hold our box in. And then the last score line is easy. 11 1/2 right here. 11 1/2 right there. And that is all the scoring we need to do. So this is it, guys. This is our sleeve. And I am going to cut these corners just a little bit, not a lot. I just don't want my box to, get hung up on there at any point. Okay, and then we're done. All we need to do is fold and score. Fold and burnish. So I have folded all my score lines. And guys, before I actually glue it together, I'm gonna go ahead and ink the edges on this box. All right guys, so I've inked the edges on my box, on my sleeve, and I did use fossilized amber for this. So all that's left to do is glue, I'm gonna turn it this way, is glue this to the inside of our box, okay? So we don't have that seam on the outside. You can use tape or you can use glue. I am going to, you know I love my glue, so I'm going to use glue. Just because if I need to straighten something out, it gives me a little time to move it around. Hopefully if I scored everything straight, I don't need to move it. Okay. So it is a flat box if you fold it down. So I'm just gonna hold this, I'm gonna fold this down and it should line up. And yes, it did. Yay me. I went ahead and cut everything and scored everything straight. So that's it guys, that's our box. Let me take this one out of here and put this in here. There we go. That is our box guys. Okay, so the mats that go on the front and the sides, let me tell you what I cut those at. For the front and back, I cut my mats at 7 by 4 5/8, and I've already inked the edges on this one, and there's that one. So again, you can use tape or you can use wet glue, and I'm going to use, and I'm trying to go quickly here guys because honestly it doesn't take long at all. All right guys, there's one side and here is the other. Now for these end pieces right here, the side pieces, those are cut at 7 by 3/4. And again, I'm gonna flatten my box because it's easier for me. Okay, crafty family, there we are. Our box is ready to decorate. Put our embellishment box in there, and there we go, ready to go. Oh my gosh, that is so simple, but like I said, I think it makes a big impact. I really like this. So I'm super excited to show you what I came up with. So that is my quick tutorial for today. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and watching. I appreciate all of you guys so much. And y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot, guys.